You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, there's going to be a lot of fallout around Caitlin Clark's comments she made during her Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. I thought she was deserving of the award, and I thought what she did in women's basketball involving a league that would not exist without the subsidy of the NBA, what she did for that league was rather amazing. Now, if you're these media rights companies that just paid all this money for media rights deals, in boardrooms, behind the scenes, there's got to be some people not very happy because her popularity rating in the last couple of days among a large portion of her fan base took a massive hit. And I don't know how she gets back from it, comes back from it, because she had done a very good job of not being political, not going on these big social rants, not jumping head first or feet first into a black lesbian activist league. She chose not to participate in all these narratives, these DEI narratives that were out there involving the WNBA. Well, she jumped head first into it during her interview with Time Magazine. Now, one of the most famous pundits out there, somebody that worked for Fox News forever and has her own YouTube channel and has become just a juggernaut, Megyn Kelly has come out and she has crushed Caitlin Clark. Jason Whitlock crushed Caitlin Clark. And there's a lot of fallout around this. I don't know what Caitlin's going to do now, because now she runs the risk of just fading into the rest of the WNBA's irrelevancy. I mean, just all of a sudden you're back to 500,000 viewers watching your product, or even, let's say, 700,000 viewers watch your product, or even 1 million. Well, you just still lost 1.5 million viewers, or 2 million viewers. The repercussions of what it is she has come out and said, because people are fed up with the race thing. People are done. The race baiting, the racism, claiming that white people's racist. Caitlin Clark's one of the greatest athletes in the world. She is there in the WNBA singular because of her skill and her work ethic. She doesn't have to celebrate anybody else. It's okay to celebrate basketball players, but you don't have to break them up by race, and that is the problem. The lights on Caitlin Clark have always shined bright, and the woman with the wide world of women's basketball on her shoulders has never shied away. Not from the attention or the scrutiny, from her deep-seated belief that she, too, walks on the shoulders of giants. And for this, she has always drawn ire. In an interview for her Time Magazine Athlete of the Year cover, Clark spoke length about racial underpinnings behind her explosion to fame in a sport and league that historically has been dominated by black women. There have been white players. I'm just throwing that out there. And Megyn Kelly is disgusted. Yeah, this did not go well. Here's Megyn Kelly right here. And of course, let me just see if we can get. Anyway, she went on a rant about her having white privilege, all of this kind of thing. After being named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark apologizes for her white privilege and says the WNBA is, quote, built on black players. I want to say, look, nobody's dumb. Everybody can see the main big graphic, demographic in the WNBA or in basketball or in a lot of sports is blacks. I think everybody understands that. But you don't have to come out and separate everybody by race, and people are fed up with it. Quote, I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league have been really good, have been black players. This league has been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. All of that could have been said without ever having brought up race at all. And it's the white privilege thing that has really set people off. Megyn Kelly, look at this. She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention. Self-flagellation. The quote, oh, please pay attention to the black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. It's condescending, fake, transparent, and sad. Yeah, she got crushed. The first comment right here, reason number a billion, trillion to not watch the WNBA. It's crazy. Really. Oh, it's crazy. I can't believe. So disappointing. Imagine being a role model to young white girls who want to play sports. Quote, check your white privilege at the door, girls. You'll never be as good as the black players. It's an unfortunate message that Caitlin Clark has sent. Seriously. It's okay to celebrate players. Black, white, whatever color. That's not the problem. But coming out and talking about the look, there's a lot of buzzwords and buzz terms these days, especially from a certain side of the aisle, and Marxism. That privilege crap is part of it. What's the saying now? DEI must die. And it's kind of weird because it is starting to die after the election. And she jumped right in. Caitlin Clark lost a lot of her fans herself. The Indiana Fever and the WNBA, I wonder what genius wrote the statement to make the WNBA all about identity politics rather than talent and hard work. Oh well, the WNBA can go back to obscurity to losing money. Such a disappointment to me and my grandchildren. They looked up to her, but now they look down. Honestly, no one is more racist than black WNBA players. That's you know what? That's a pretty true statement. Let's just be honest. Just lost all respect for her. Why is it always about race? Why do we have to apologize for being white and successful? It's a shame. She could have just said thank you for this incredible honor. Well, and she could have said virtually the same thing and left out the white privilege, yada, 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 and she'd have been just fine. But she directly said, I've got to bend the knee to not great players that the league's ever had. You remember Sue Bird? Last time I checked, she was in fact white and a hell of a great basketball player. But no, she made a point to make it about race, make it about skin color, and it won't do her any good, by the way. It won't. I'm willing to bet you I've got something coming about Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops treated Caitlin Clark like trash this year. And it was pretty obvious it was because of the fact that she was a white straight girl. I don't know how else to say it. You know, if Caitlin Clark doesn't believe all of that, then you're in total denial. If you truly believe you didn't get the crap kicked out of you all year on a basketball court because of your skin color and your sexual preference, because that's exactly what happened. There has literally been black players that came out and said they've been bullied because they were straight. Man. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.